the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
Memamo akwaba by Nsem-Pii TV so. Ebusuafo say no ma bi ekoso NDC amonyokunu Excellency John Dramani Mahama any penifoni bi amo NDC amonyokunu a planning person sabotage the education minister honorable Haruna idrusu sene beya ne political ambition say member bi no says Excellency John Dramani Mahama ni ho a ono nipa onu say NDC amonyokunu obetimi ability party no apre tumi ama chiniye amonyokunu 2028 na Excellency John Dramani Mahama enso empene so enti say ya appointed Haruna idrusu honorable minister as an education minister nyina efri and right after say he appointed Haruna idrusu honorable minister as an education minister ana uncle Allotey Sh0cks edin Nsem-Pii na ebetu dwa na nsem no en afei na ina nanom na come say Nsem safo ebie asemi pono afei ana ebie ba bi eba efri NDC amonyoko ni nyina ne says Excellency John Dramani Mahama can so we try 4 time way every na 2028 no NDC mu no mu say Haruna idrusu ene obi a honorable minister ono obi a obetimi ability party no ana agina adi party na nim akopre to me 2028 na me aduma na Haruna idrusu so a ono so Muslim ni ye 2024 general election ade ba kwa NDC amonyoko so campaign against Dr. Alhaji Mamu Bami on say Muslim say oye Muslim ni Nsem-Pii atifo na Nsem-Pii afo beka NDC amonyoko no edne say Dr. Alhaji Mamu Muslim ni there's no way so betimi abe president Ghana mem ha ye campaign etia Dr. Alhaji Mamu ene ni NPP aban ama ampa campaign no me so aso aba ama omo aba bam na nti say Excellency John Dramani Mahama no Ebun say Haruna idrusu as a Muslim ebabeli the NDC party now there there's no way say ombetimi awene 2028 so no is Excellency John Dramani Mahama am prebiema ene omo be sabotage honorable Haruna idrusu appointing as education minister into omo be education minister omo ba cancel teacher training allowance omo be sake nurses mebre na previous government no recruitu omo na graduate yakwa enim no obon se na free Sh0cks no oma cancel no take abasade a na Haruna idrusu Ghana for beka se obey education minister ana so ma sa no ma we nyina course there's no way say ometo aba ama Haruna idrusu amana be lead party na say obebebe Ghana mampani Nsem-Pii atifo na Nsem-Pii afo yenje bre yente nioma uncle Allotey Sh0cks editu dwa abra Excellency John Dramani Mahama appointed honorable Haruna idrusu as minister for education say no ma ekoso NDC amonyoko nimini yenko tie
member of parliament now Haruna idrusu and currently the minister of education. Okay, so before ya appointed Haruna idrusu as a minister of education no on vex inquire and Mr. Allotey Sh0cks akotra gibi on the Facebook or contra gibi on the Facebook. So let us take our time and read what Allotey Sh0cks wrote on his Facebook. Yeah, no kakra then you understand me. Okay, for the sake of listeners, and Mr. Mahama there are 2 TV so no be at me actually. Okay, so this is what Allotey Sh0cks wrote on the Facebook wall. I say I was informed a week ago about how John Mahama plans to use you to cancel free senior high school, nursing and teacher training allowance, and teachers professional allowance, just to jeopardize your presidential ambition. Ever since you disagreed with the executives of your NDC party not to campaign on the grounds that Ghana doesn't need a Muslim as a president, you and Honorable Muntaka have. Okay, so let's tell him before we go to the sequence. Allotey Sh0cks say weeks ago, and you catch and say President Mahama pursue use Haruna idrusu now on the cancel free senior high school or the cancel nursing and teacher training allowance, which your focus today was nursing training and teacher training allowance. Haruna idrusu as we say on she share no normal ye because the normal tepo or no and the Baba Baye, the first Muslim candidate, presidential candidate at the National Democratic Congress. I feel you saw a presidential ambition. And Mahama pursue killing a political career, and that ambition with cancellation of teacher training and nursing training allowance. Or say only honorable Muntaka have. Okay, let's go to the sequence. Go quickly. Number 2. Okay. I say been tagged and stigmatized hugely within the party. Just when you over Muntaka Mubaraka, where aswasi meshe begani a majority chief whip. Say on the Minister of Interior, mono ya stigmatizing just a demoni pa our party. Also for the sake of your presidential ambition, of which John Mahama knows, he accepted this proposal of appointing you as the education minister, which was proposed by the executive of the party. Okay, so I say President Mahama Peso Kele John Haruna Idrisu, the presidential ambition into one in Kofobi Kabo, say young appoint you as education minister. It you appoint you as education minister. Next year cancel Sadino and Kofobi Kasa one more time and you cancel pressure about so it will kill your career. Okay, I see the free senior high school cancellation was a big threat to your party's campaign, but they were myself to campaign on maintaining it. Implementation of which you and I know won't happen. Jane Nana has always been against the payment of nursing and teacher training allowance. Was it free senior high school? MDC phone me say empty me. Si akaso bianco school free empty me waye. Na we na come back say adeno ye pesi etwa minimum eye campaign into no omo come no to me say omo ba omo maintain na o catch you say Madam Jena Namensa and Wababe flag bearer. Sorry, Wababe vice president Ediama President Mahama and I said Ghana no. But I'm no education minister no. No otia teacher training and lesson training allowance. No otia ye pa. It may catch us. Okay, I don't want to go back to the early sequence again. I think I have had enough. Okay, so let's move on. Enti okasa someone say Abrana Owa Haruna Idrisu appear before the vetting committee. Then Haruna appeared the vetting committee, and the vetting committee will declare Haruna Idrisu say or the education minister. The parliament declare Haruna Idrisu say or the education minister. Now Haruna Idrisu by the first meeting he had with Charles. What is Charles? I was set Mr. one of the sectors education sectors the sector there were Charles, there were Nats, Nagrat, but one of them, but Eba Mekacho. Haruna Idrisu the first meeting with the staff, the second meeting with that group. Now Haruna Idrisu, every meeting, we will go and read that. Let's go and see what graphic after that meeting that he had with Nkofona Meka or Masano. What graphic, how a graphic for a report here. Let's watch it. Let's watch how graphic reported on their banner headline. Okay, so this is what the daily graphic said. Was January, what is that date? No, date now Rabika Krahase, Mr. Mofanchebe. Okay, I'll say this is the banner headline, daily graphic. I'll say teacher training allowance to go. Government pledges enhanced student loan scheme. Education minister hints. Okay, so this is what happened. Haruna Idrisu had a meeting with them. So on meeting and the outcome of the meeting is teacher training allowance to go. Just you become now Abaya pledge say enhance the student loan. You loan scheme. You education minister and a kind. Okay, so let's go and read what the body of this story. This is the banner headline. The body of this story. That story we said, let's go and read the body of this story. What actually, how graphic a report here. So this is how graphic corporation, and that's a daily graphic a report here. Banner headline story now. So this is how graphic reported. They said that the Minister of Education, Haruna Idrisu, has announced plans to transition teacher training allowances into an enhanced student loan scheme to allow students to cater for their own feeding and personal expenses. Just say, Haruna Idrisu, I say, a buy per se, transition, say allowance ni ntwam sisi a ye ntwam sisi a no me ebre ko na nim no o be replace allowance no with the loan scheme no let's say allowance ni defu na loan scheme ti we teacher ni a wo betimi akwa ji loan no sa loan na interest ni ekitua bi eda so se ne be ya wo betimi ede aye de opese ode okay. Also the minister explained that what allowance will be maintained in the interim. Just say allowance will be maintained interim. Animanum yano. Just say animanum ya interim. Just say animanum yano. That's the interim measure. Animanum yano. Allowance no you be maintaining. Was the government intended to phase the allowance system out gradually? Just say a buying a person or allowance system no or be men but anything so be ne kakra sa na fu hodom gradually. You understand? Now we allowance in the fu hodom no the student loan jaba. Okay, let's go to the sequence. Okay, we are there already. Okay, thank you very much. Also, there's no way you should be feeding a student at the tertiary level. We can narrow feeding to basic and free senior high schools should be able to take care of themselves. In the interim, we will continue with feeding allowances, but we will transition to an enhanced student loan system. He said, the minister said this when he met with the leadership of the Conference of Principals of Colleges of Education, Ghana. That's the PENCOF in Accra last Thursday. Okay, so and Kofana make us a meeting now. Where Haruna Idrisu conferences of principals of colleges of education and I will say there's no way you should be feeding a student at the tertiary level. Or say I didn't necessarily obi on what tertiary level ebi a training college now told you the man Ghana told you many on this because they have grown enough to buy their own food. As for this one, honestly speaking, okay, so also we can narrow feeding to basic and free senior high school. Say the man you bet me free senior high school for no and I say basic schools, primary schools, no only here na net tertiary near 7 probably so to me say kakobo mesh education school. Okay, so this is what Haruna Idrisu said. Then the graphic reported graphic for a report what Haruna said that the nursing training allowance and the teacher training allowance no they be transition and they will cancel it. So when graphic reported this, it was all over the place and people took the minister on. Now Eya said the Allotey Sh0cks kind then quickly the minister came to react. The minister Haruna Idrisu ebe cancer system ya ayi for na kind graphic report here and yes I know kasai. Let's go to watch the infographic how he reacted. Okay, so this is the infographic. Then the Haruna Idrisu said Education Ministry refused claims on teacher training allowance cancellation. It was person what say teacher training allowance that you can want some say or cancel person with terminal and then a credit. This is what Haruna Idrisu came back to say. Okay. It's Haruna do we say by no sorry Honorable Haruna Idrisu. Okay, Honorable Haruna Idrisu ebe refute say do say one can say you be no then the graphic for sa baby because no Haruna Idrisu your integrity be very careful yet you want to say no every chair colleges of principals no as no thousand and so the graphic also came to react to this. Or reacting to this, what Haruna said. Let's watch how graphic banner headline they did it. Okay, so let's watch what the graphic said quickly. Yes, this is what the graphic came back to report. It is not the banner headline, but Osha Hasena was the Education Ministry denies story, but graphic stands by reports. The Sabotage TV no so na me baby a hoya black na hona making Caribbean na mumu ye eto the TV no so na ma hwe was the Education Ministry denies story but graphic stands by report. Just say Education Ministry obe deny story no graphic for say eya me kra ye de ye sign asema wo kan say ubetwa bo person utwa nursing and teacher training allowance eya me kra so the graphic for we say no ubie graphic we say no ma sa edition we say ubie mo Obede reaction by yes. Okay, so that is that. Was the education ministry denies story, but graphic stands. Motion baby a wire black no, and a graphic for the buy. Okay, so you share the rejoinder no, how graphic for trust. How do we say our graphic? No? Let's go. Okay, bring me back and let's go quickly. Yes, this is how graphic is so actually a sad buy. And also bet me the team and as Mr. Nakwala Jene Kakra Mame. Was a daily graphic, the same date, was a rejoinder, clarification on teacher training allowance remarks. Editor's note was said this rejoinder was published unedited. The daily graphic wishes to state categorically clear that it stands by a story as appeared in yesterday's edition. Just what Pastor Chair say, upon some minister na ba be demand yaya graphic for you see as some minister na kan enti ye story no yen sign. That is what the graphic corporation said. Enti another TV nation enti obetimi so every day. Now, okay, so that is that. Now, the Bible ya be with me. Me, Nana for Posiga, Obi Sabi, America say there's no need for us to pay nursing training and teacher training allowance. There's no need. But you see, problem President Mahama and our causes our problem. We see the Bible he caused this problem. Let me tell you something. The history behind the nursing and teacher training allowance, they say, in those days, no, Obia person go university and chroma time, Obia person go university, Obia person obeko teacher training, Obia person obeko nursing training. It now share teacher to student ratio in this country. A nursing to patient ratio in this country. No, not your form. Now we are far away from the UN benchmark. So President Nkrumah Ede nursing and teacher training allowance no Ede buy. See the buyer ebe enticing kofo amomako akwa nurse for and as a teacher for to give value to the society. So this is what happened. President Nkrumah no who is okay. And the okwa ye betua oka. Sa allowance yan fa ma si duru wani. And sa allowance na adi ko bonti. And sa allowance na adi ko to fridge. And sa allowance na adi ko to bus. Yes boaboa no. O boaboa no wia. So in school na dia koye top up 2 years top up at University of Cape Coast when a degree because initially now person can go university now degree but ubo diploma ni wia now all the acquire top up at University of Cape Coast. Okay, so Ghana university no uko K University university say you the scientist and technical you technology tech Nsem and a scientist doctors KUST for that and I could be to say Legon was also to raise technocrats, you understand, and a Cape Coast investing so no the critique say or be critique teachers a better teacher training KUST and Legon for adie. Sorry. Okay, so Momono, which is